Hello everyone. So for this video, I'd like to talk about something that I know a lot of wealthy individuals really dread, and that's talking to their children about their wealth. So understandably, there's often this concern that having a lot of wealth is going to come as a big shock to the next generation, that perhaps they're going to turn into trust fund babies, that they'll lose all sense of value and of appreciation for things, and that they'll blow through the money as soon as they get it. Now that might be a bit of an extreme sequence of events, but broadly that's the concern that I've heard from clients when they're thinking about bringing their children into the fold, as it were. Now I'm not saying having this conversation is easy, because it usually isn't, but in my experience there is really little benefit in putting it off. So with that in mind, I'd like to share with you a few observations from my own experiences helping clients with this very problem. So this topic is quite broad and I could talk for hours on it. But in the interest of time, here are my top 3 observations which I hope can be of use to you if you're in this situation. So firstly, have a clear idea in your own mind as to what you want the family wealth to achieve. So is it just to last for your generation and the next perhaps? Or should the money still be there in 100, 200 years' time? There is a danger in preaching to your children about the so-called rules of looking after family money if you can't articulate the strategy or the values that you've used in overseeing those funds during your lifetime. Now, secondly, the kids probably know more than you think. So by the time children are in their late teens or early 20s, they might not ask you how much you're worth, but they're not blind. So the ski chalet in the Alps, for example, or the new Range Rover every couple of years, or perhaps one of the largest houses on the street, probably gives them a rough idea that you're not on the breadline. Now I say this because one of the points I made earlier was about wealth coming as a shock to the next generation. So sure, sometimes it is the case that someone with real significant wealth really doesn't show it. But in the majority of cases, there are some telltale signs that you're reasonably wealthy. Now the kids might not know the number of zeros on your personal balance sheet, but the idea that there's an inheritance or a wealth conversation more broadly to be had at some point is not likely to be a great surprise to them. So then finally, explain to them that the most important factor is not the absolute amount of wealth, but it's the thought process around it. So explaining to them how the money originated, how you've preserved it and hopefully grown it during your stint, and what the opportunity for them might be, can go a really long way. There's a real danger here in that because people are worried about the next generation not managing the funds properly, that they lay down various hard and fast rules and try to dictate exactly what can and can't be done. And this can often mean that the children see wealth almost as a burden rather than an opportunity. So look at it a different way. If you instill the right values to the children and empower them to make decisions based on those values, they'll feel more in control. The investment approach will be more flexible because the world will be different in 20 or 30 years' time. And to respond to a changing world, and they're more likely to treat it with the due care and the long-term view that you're probably aiming for. So that's all from me for this video. I really hope what I've explained here resonates with and is helpful to you. So as always, please do like, comment and share this video if you find it useful. Thanks.